All right, listener, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into a world of chills and unsettling questions with H.P. Lovecraft's The Electric Executioner.
Oh, a fantastic
We'll
choice.
be looking at the original story, of course,
Yeah.
but also delving into some background on early electrical inventions and even a touch of Mexican mythology.
Lovecraft was a master at weaving together those seemingly different elements creating a chilling tapestry of horror that really stays with you.
It does, it really does. So it's 1889. Picture this. You're on a crucial mission in Mexico, racing against time to recover vital company documents.
High stakes.
Absolutely. And as if that wasn't enough, you've got a wedding on the horizon. Talk about pressure. But fate, it seems, has other plans. A series of frustrating train delays forces you to share a compartment with a stranger. And this stranger is, well, let's just say a bit peculiar.
This is where Lovecraft starts to build that sense of unease,
Yeah.
right? The train compartment, this symbol of progress and modernity, becomes a confined, almost claustrophobic space. You're trapped, hurtling towards the unknown.
Literally and figuratively.
Ex-
You try to make the best of it, but this stranger just radiates these unsettling vibes. He's clutching this large, battered valise like he's guarding some hidden darkness, and you can't help but feel like you're about to get a front row seat to whatever's inside.
Oh, that valise. It's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
You and the main character are both left wondering, what's in there? What's he hiding? Pure suspense.
And it turns out,
Mhm.
what's inside is not just any secret, it's the key to the stranger's whole twisted worldview. This self-proclaimed inventor unveils his creation, a new kind of electric executioner.
Wow. And remember, this is 1889. Electricity is still relatively new, a source of both wonder and fear.
Definitely.
Lovecraft taps into those anxieties, turning this symbol of progress into, well, an instrument of death.
It's disturbing, but it makes you think, doesn't it, about how quickly technology advances.
It really does.
And the stranger's justifications for his invention are even more unsettling. He goes on about the barbarity of traditional executions, claims his electric executioner is more humane.
It's chilling because it forces us to ask, where's the line between progress and morality?
Right. Lovecraft doesn't give us easy answers.
He never does.
He presents this character who genuinely believes he's doing the right thing, even as his logic just spirals into madness.
That moral ambiguity makes the horror even more effective.
Oh, absolutely. And then it gets really creepy. This stranger, convinced of his own righteousness and fueled by this fanatical obsession with Aztec mythology, he decides that you, the listener, are the perfect subject for his first execution.
Oh, wow. Talk about raising the stakes.
Right.
We're not just trapped with a madman, but his delusion is tied to this ancient alien belief system.
You try to reason with him, but he's completely lost in his own twisted logic. He talks about his travels through these remote parts of Mexico, whispering about rituals and encounters with the unknown.
It's fascinating how Lovecraft uses those travelogues to blur the lines between reality and delusion. Is the stranger a reliable narrator? Are these just the ramblings of a madman, or glimpses into a darker reality?
It's unsettling, to say the least. And with time running out, you try everything to escape. You plead for time to write a will. You offer to connect him with influential people who might support his invention.
You're fighting for your life here.
Oh, absolutely. Using every bit of wit and cunning to outmaneuver this madman.
But the train is racing towards Mexico City. Time is slipping away.
And then, in a moment of desperation, you remember those strange phrases you overheard from the miners. Whispers of ancient Aztec lore. You decide to fight fire with fire, hoping to distract him with the very mythology that fuels his madness.
A risky gamble.
It is.
Lovecraft really builds the suspense in this moment.
Doesn't he?
You're chanting, invoking these Aztec deities, tapping into this ancient power that you don't fully understand.
And it works. The stranger's eyes widen. He seems transfixed, caught between his own beliefs and the power of your words. But what happens next is something neither of you could have predicted.
Welcome back, listener. Last we left you, you were trapped in that train compartment, facing the very real threat of becoming the first victim of that madman's invention.
I still get chills thinking about it. But as always with Lovecraft, things aren't quite what they seem. The train arrives in Mexico City, you regain consciousness, surrounded by people on the platform, and they're telling you the compartment was empty. No trace of the stranger, no sign of that bizarre contraption.
Like waking up from a nightmare. Right. But that line between dream and reality, it's not as clear as you'd hope.
You start to wonder if it was all in your head. A hallucination brought on by the stress, the pressure of your mission, the upcoming wedding.
Would make sense.
But then There's a telegram waiting for you.
Oh, no.
It's from Jackson, your colleague at the mine, and the news isn't good.
What happened?
The man you were chasing, Arthur Felden, the one who stole those company documents, he's been found dead in the mountains.
This is where things take a really dark turn.
They do. Jackson describes finding Felden in this hidden cave, surrounded by Aztec idols, altars, and his head was burned to a crisp.
It's like a twisted echo of the stranger's ramblings on the train. That obsession with ancient rituals, the return of Quetzalcoatl.
It's more than just unsettling. It makes you question everything. Was your encounter with the stranger just a coincidence? Or was there some deeper connection, something linking you to Felden's fate?
It's like Lovecraft is playing with this idea of psychic links, suggesting that your focus on catching Felden somehow created this connection, transcending time and space.
But he doesn't give us any easy answers. He leaves us to grapple with the possibilities, to question the very nature of reality.
It's a hallmark of his writing.
And the details surrounding Felden's death, they just raise even more questions. The search party found him because they heard chanting coming from the mountain, chanting in both Aztec words and English.
Chilling.
It makes you wonder, was someone else in that cave with Felden? Someone who understood both languages?
Someone who maybe, in some inexplicable way, heard your own desperate chanting on that train, echoing across some unseen dimension.
So are we to believe that you, the listener, were somehow present in that cave? Did you astrally project yourself there like the stranger seemed capable of doing?
Lovecraft certainly doesn't shy away from those concepts. Astral projection, the fluidity of consciousness. He hints at this reality beyond our perception, a realm where the lines between self and other, between the physical and spiritual, become blurred.
It's a lot to take in. And as the story ends, those questions linger. You return home, troubled, unsure what to believe. Your revolver's missing. Your pencil shows signs of being sharpened by someone else. But there's no concrete proof, no real answers.
It's Lovecraft at his best, leaving us in this state of unsettling uncertainty, questioning our perceptions, the very nature of reality.
It makes you wonder, what secrets are hidden out there, just beyond our understanding? And what happens when we stumble upon knowledge too vast, too terrifying for our minds to comprehend? You know, after that last part, I've really been thinking about this story. That unsettling feeling, those lingering questions.
It really gets under your skin, doesn't it?
It does, it really does. One thing I keep coming back to is the electric executioner itself. I mean, it's not just a creepy invention, right? It feels like it represents something bigger, about humanity's relationship with technology.
Oh, absolutely. It embodies those anxieties about rapid technological advancements,
Yeah.
especially in Lovecraft's time. Electricity was this mysterious force, capable of great good but also immense destruction.
And the electric executioner, it becomes this chilling reminder that progress isn't always benevolent.
It can be twisted, corrupted, used for both noble and horrific purposes.
And then there's the stranger's obsession with Aztec mythology. It's not just some random plot device either, right?
No, not at all.
It feels like it speaks to something deeper, about our fascination with the unknown, our desire to connect with something larger than ourselves.
Even if it's dangerous.
It's sad.
Lovecraft was deeply interested in ancient cultures and the idea that there are forces beyond our comprehension, lurking just beneath the surface of reality.
He blends that ancient mythology with these modern anxieties about science and technology, creating this potent mix of horror that feels both timeless and incredibly relevant today.
It's a potent combination.
You know, I've heard people say Lovecraft's work is pessimistic, even nihilistic, but I'm not so sure.
I see what you mean.
I think there's a certain beauty in confronting the vastness of the cosmos, in acknowledging our own insignificance.
A sense of awe, of humility.
Yes, exactly.
Recognizing that there are limits to our knowledge, that some mysteries we may never fully understand.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the electric executioner, I'm left with a question for you, listener. What happens when we push the boundaries of knowledge too far, when we stumble upon secrets that were meant to stay hidden?
It's a question that haunts this story.
It does.
And I think Lovecraft suggests that the pursuit of knowledge can be a double-edged sword.
How so?
It can illuminate, but it can also unleash forces we may not be able to control.
So the greatest horrors might not be lurking in the shadows, but the ones we create ourselves.
Through our own ambition, our thirst for knowledge, our inability to grasp the consequences of our actions.
It's a chilling thought, and a powerful reminder that sometimes the unknown is best left undisturbed. This has been a fascinating journey into the darkness, listener. We've explored the chilling world of the electric executioner, and delved into the anxieties of a society grappling with new technology. But now, it's up to you to decide what light you take from it. Until next time.